In today's episode, Seth Silvers. Hello, everyone. Tom Fox back with another episode in previewing our speakers at PodfestExpo 2023. Today, I'm thrilled to have Seth Silvers. Seth, first of all, welcome and thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me today.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Seth, could you tell us what your role in podcasting is currently?
Yeah, absolutely. So I live in Colorado and run a podcast agency. We particularly work with a lot of management and consulting firms and help them leverage podcasting. And so that's the business side of what it is our team does. I've been a podcaster for 3 years and just love the medium and love the space. I feel like it's such a great way to authentically connect with an audience, which I feel like businesses need help authentically connecting with an audience. So my role is really helping businesses understand how they can connect with audiences through podcasting. And so I think that pretty much sums it up. My agency is called Story on Media, and we're based out of Fort Collins, Colorado.
So many people tell me when I meet them, I recognize your voice, you're in my head. I'm going to translate that to authenticity. So I don't know if that works for you, but I find the audio component of the podcast medium is exactly that. And you can bring a level of authenticity from a business, from a service provider, product provider, or storyteller in a way that you can't really in other mediums. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. I was wondering,
Yeah.
Seth, if you could tell us the topic of your talk at PodfestExpo 2023 and perhaps a teaser or two.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year at Podfest, which is just in a couple weeks, I'm excited about it. I'm going to be highlighting some case studies of creators that are successfully using NFTs in order to engage their community. So I'm not going to be highlighting podcasts talking about NFTs and Web3. I'm going to be highlighting creators that are actually using NFTs to make money and to engage their audience. So we're going to highlight a handful of different creators and really show how are they using NFTs, what platforms are they using, what utility are they using behind it, really break it down so that somebody coming to this talk, they'll leave having a good understanding of what platforms are available to make it really easy for them as a podcaster to use NFTs to engage with their audience and to make money. I think it's really important that we are highlighting and showing new ways that podcasters can be making money, because all of the little streams of revenue count for content creation. That helps us to be able to sustain our shows, which is super, super important. And I think a couple years from now, NFTs are going to be one of the main ways that podcasters are making money. And so it's important right now for us to be able to highlight some of the early movers that are doing that.
Seth, can I ask you what you hope to get out of PodfestExpo 2023 this year?
Yeah, for me, the biggest value is the connections and the relationships that are built, and then what I'm learning, using those relationships to be able to learn from what I'm struggling with or what I'm going through. And so I feel like I have made so many good friends at Podfest over the last few years that now, as I'm going through my own journey as a podcaster and even as a business owner, now I have people to talk to and people to run ideas off of or run challenges by. So for really valuable educationally, every single conference I'm at, I always walk away changing something because of something that I learned, but also the conversations at dinner, the conversations at the parties, those networking moments and asking, hey, what's working for you? What are you struggling with? Those are the pieces of Podfest that are invaluable to me as a podcaster.
Seth, unfortunately, we are near the end of our time for this episode. But before we leave, if our listeners wanted any more information on yourself, your services, or any of the topics we touched on today, what would be the best place for them to go?
Yeah, absolutely. They can just head to my company's website, which is successwithstories.com. And that's one of the best ways to get in touch with me and my team.
Seth, I'm not going to bore our listeners with a 5-minute recitation of why I am so absolutely fired up for your talk, but I can't wait. That is one of the things I have been challenging myself to try to figure out this year as well on the NFT side. And so I'm greatly looking forward to this. And I'm greatly looking forward to meeting you. And you're right, in a couple of weeks now at PodfestExpo 2023.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, Tom. Thank you.
This is Tom Fox again. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you will join me at PodfestExpo from January 26th to 29th in Orlando. If you'd like information for tickets, please go to podfestexpo.com, and I look forward to seeing you there.